Alright, in this video we're going to be ranking consoles by their aesthetic alone, not by how much they sold, not how big of an impact they had, but just by their design alone. I'm a person who loves color, who loves design and aesthetic of things, so I was like, you know what, let's just rank consoles by their aesthetic. And so in this video, that's exactly what we're gonna do. Let's do it. Alright, let's get started here. So we are using TierMaker, and just shout out to tiermaker.com real quick because man, they have tons and tons of tiers that you can do, and I do want to do these a lot more often. Actually, I like this idea. And again, we are ranking consoles just by their design. Now, I did pick one that was already made, and the downfall of that is that it doesn't have console variants, right? So we only have one Game Boy Advance. We don't have the SP, and there's actually quite a bit of not quite a bit, but there's a few consoles that I actually don't even know the names of. I will still rank them by their design. So let's just jump right into it. Again, we're just ranking consoles just by their design. I'm just gonna go from the first to the last. Let's do it. So the first one we have here is the original Game Boy, and I'll be honest. I mean, it's revolutionary, but again, we're not talking about how much of an impact it had. Just by design, I like gray aesthetics, but this is too bland for me. I'll be honest. I'm going to actually put that in a D category. I don't really like it, especially if I compare it to other consoles. I don't even think the Game Boy Color is in this list, and that's okay, but I would probably prefer the Game Boy Color most likely over the original Game Boy look. That's just me. Now, okay, right off the bat, we've got the GameCube, and I'm sorry, but that's going on S tier. It's absolutely going on S tier. Who doesn't like the GameCube? I know there's people out there who probably don't, but to me, and the thing about it is, to me, I have always liked the indigo color. I do appreciate they got the silver and the black, and over in Japan they had that spicy orange, which is amazing. But this indigo, it really does take me back to those early 2000s of gaming with the Game Boy Advance, which we will rank as well. But the look of the cube, it's got a handle. No one ever used the handle, but I loved it, man. I loved the look of the GameCube. Let's move on to the PlayStation 2. Now they put both the slim and the fat version on here. And if honestly, if I had to rank them, I had a fat version as a kid. I had the slim as an adult. Honestly, I'm going to go B tier because both of them are combined. I really do like the sleek look of the slim version, and I'll say the fat version does not, that's the black box. There's not much to it, but the slim version is so tiny, and I really do like the look of that. I got to put it in B tier, to be honest. Now, I know this is, I'm not even going to attempt. I believe this is a Sega, but yeah, I like the disc drive on top. It's all black, which kind of bumps it down for me. I do at least like white in consoles. I'm gonna go D. Just by design alone. I'm gonna go D. So we got the PlayStation 3, and honestly, this one's easy one for me right off the bat. I'm gonna go C because it's definitely a sleek and more modernized version of the PlayStation 2. The all black though, it's sleek, but it's just mid to me. It personally is mid. Now we've got the Super Nintendo though. Super Nintendo, and I'm not gonna lie. I'm going to put this B. It could easily probably go A as well, but I'm gonna leave it at B. I actually, you know what? Yeah, I do like it more than the PlayStation 2 console, so I am gonna put it in A. I do love the gray look as opposed to the gray look of the Game Boy. The purple though, again, the purple they got with the GameCube. Now I see it with the Super Nintendo. I've always loved the purple accents on the Super Nintendo. And by far my favorite version of the Super Nintendo is the Mini Junior. Oh, that's an S tier, but it's not on here. Super Nintendo, I'm going to have to put it on A. So, this looks like the Nintendo Switch. The Joy-Cons are off, and probably for good reason, right? I mean, you know, there's tons and tons of Joy-Cons, but we'll say it's the regular neon blue. Heck, you can even put the black ones, imaginary, on there. I remember when I first got the Switch, I was a little turned off by the whole tablet thing, because I know there's tablets out there and they really capitalize on those mobile games and tablet gaming. It really did turn me off, and knowing that it is a tablet. But the Joy-Cons really are a fantastic add-on to the look of the console. Man, the design, again, we're looking at the design. The design is pretty spectacular, honestly. Again, the Joy-Cons being a heavy thing in there. I'm gonna go A. I'm not gonna go quite S, even though I would probably be safe and okay with putting in an S. But I'm going to go A. I do, and we've seen a little bit. It's just a black tablet. I would love to see more colors. And I know there are, but, I would like to see more colors. But, with the Joy-Cons, being able to be attached, it really is an A tier for me. Now, the Nintendo DS, the original. If I'm just going based off of this picture, the white is really speaking to me. I do like white consoles a lot. But, let's talk about it. I mean, it's one of the first, if, not the first. Of course, you had the Game Boy Advance SP, but it's got this clamshell look. Very sleek, It's pretty thin. This one, I think this is the DS Lite, but even if it was the original DS, which is a bit different, I don't really like the look, but we're just taking a look at the DS Lite because this is what's in the picture. I'm going to put it on A. I think it really is nice to me. I do like it. Now, the 3DS, I'm just going to picture this actually being white because it's right next to the DS. And the 3DS, honestly, I really do love that they put the little toggle, that little analog stick on the left. I remember seeing that early on. I was like, whoa, that's kind of cool. I like that. And it's a new and improved, Nintendo DS. I'm going to put it in an A tier. Again, just by design only. If we want to, talk about the 3D because that's still part of a design. Nah, I don't want to talk about it. I'm going to leave it in A tier. So we've got the Xbox One, and I'll say this. Again, at this point, I probably should disregard the colors, but colors are a big part of design, and I do know, and one of the reasons why I eventually bought an Xbox One S specifically because the design of the white. Oh my gosh, just thinking about that, that's going in S tier. The Xbox One S white version. Goodness, what a fantastic job that they did. Fantastic. So we've got the Xbox 360. And honestly, that's a pretty easy A tier for me. Of course, there's different versions, but I loved this version, and I actually have, again, I like my white console, so this Xbox 360, I think S, I believe, I have it in white, and I didn't even know they made white ones, because I've only ever seen black ones, and man, it looks so good. I love the look of the Xbox 360, I really do. So we've got the original Xbox, and I had this one, as a kid, still have mine from childhood, the only console I still have from being a kid, and the black box it's just a black box, so that kind of takes away from it, but with the Xbox, logo on the front and that little circle green thing that pops out, just saying Xbox, I do like, but because of that, I think it goes right hand in hand with the PlayStation 2 for me. It does. B tier. So I do know this is an Atari, and I'm sorry, but that's going F tier. Do we even need to discuss any further? Maybe, but I'm not. I don't like it. I don't know what this is. Very similar to the Atari. We're going to put that there. Now, this is unique. Is this... I actually might know this. Is this the Jaguar? I think that's what it is, and I could be very, very well wrong. And since the name doesn't matter in the sense that we're just looking by design, and in fact, it probably does help me if I didn't know any names or any preconceived biases with any of these consoles and just looking at design, it would be a more authentic video. But I'll put it in D. It's above the Atari, but it's a little odd. It's a little odd. Nintendo Wii. Nintendo Wii. C. Don't know what this is. Looks very similar to whatever these are. F tier. We got a beeper. We got a phone. Don't know what that is. Honestly, I've just put it in F tier because I don't know what it is. But design, I really don't know what console this is. I don't know what it is. If it's some kind of phone. Is it an N-Gage? I don't know. I don't think that is true. I don't think it is. I really don't know what this is. But I kind of like it more than DNF. I kind of like that it's cellular. NES, the top loader, I do like that design. The regular standard NES, I'm going to go with D. I know that might upset a lot of people, but it's just not that good looking to me. It's not. I think I'm not even going to try to pretend I know what this... It's just a black box. Just a black box. Nothing there. Is this the Game Gear, I believe? We've got the Game Gear. And it's just a black rectangle. So we've got a black box. We've got a black rectangle. But because it's portable, I'm going to put it in D. At least. Now, this might be contradicting myself, but we got the PlayStation Vita, and this is my issue with the PlayStation Vita. Unlike the Game Gear, where I think I've only ever seen it in black, the PlayStation Vita has multiple colors, and I have one myself, and I have the aqua blue, which is, oh boy, that is S tier. And if this was a aqua blue PS Vita, it would be an S tier. But because there's so many different colors, and I like that's part of its design, right? It's part of the PS Vita's design. You have options, just like the DS. I'm going to put it in A tier. It's a much more modern, sleek version of the PSP, and I think they did a good job with it. Personally, I do. A tier. Don't know what this is. I do like that it's white though. I don't know what that is. Honestly, I'm going to put in C. Alright, so we've got another Sega console. The controller was always interesting, honestly. The shape is a bit weird. But I like that it's white. I know there's a black one out there too. I'm going to go C. So we got a Game & Watch. I guess you can count this as a console. I like it for the classic look, right? But I mean, there's biases there already. Even though I never grew up with one, it does take me back to Nintendo's early days looking at it. But I like I'm gonna put it in C. I'm confident putting it in C. It's a very minimal console, so it does what it needs to do. Now we've got another Xbox console, and if Xbox One S, that's it, and we've got is S tier. Then we've got the Xbox Series X easily going into S tier. From the moment I saw the Xbox Series X, I knew, I was like, this design, this tower look, some didn't like it. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Man, I love the look of the tower of the Xbox Series X. It looks so good. No one else has really done a tower like that, and they did it well to me. So we got another one of these systems, easy. F tier. Nintendo 64. I will keep in mind the fun colors, the translucent colors of the N64 too, and take in consideration just the normal N64. I would say B. Now, of course, depending if it was like the Pikachu version, absolutely S tier, which I do have, thankfully. But I do like it. It's above average for me. This, don't really know. D. Game Boy Advance. Again, I love this indigo color. And this was a bit of a unique design too, especially going from the Game Boy Color to the Game Boy Advance with this more rectangle look. It was different. I like it. I wish it had a backlit screen, which I guess you could say is still part of the design because it doesn't really have one. But I like it. I'm going to put it in A tier. It's not quite S tier for me, but I'm going to say A tier. PlayStation 5. I'll be honest. I love that they went white with their just original PlayStation 5 console. I love the controller that pairs with it. It's just a weird design for the fins, to be honest with you. It's just so weird. It's just so weird. I like the weirdness, but it is weird. It's definitely above the PlayStation 2 and the original Xbox for me because of just the uniqueness to it. I'll put it in A. I do feel comfortable with that. So we've got the PlayStation 4. And to be honest with you, it's just a black box, right? There's a whole lot more, colors, and I'm glad that they did that. I'm going to go B. It's sleek, it's modern. I like it. PSP. I really love the PSP, and that is a quick A for me. Alongside the PS Vita, ironically, I like the look. I like even back then that they had analog sticks on the console. I like the design. I do like the design for Sony's first ever handheld console. I think it looks good. PlayStation 1, I'm going to put that in A tier as well. I love the gray aesthetic, and especially that PlayStation logo that has all those colors that kind of pop on it. I like the design. I like that disc drive on the top there. You just press the button, pops open. I like it. We've got the Wii U. If we're looking at the design from just the amount of wires and boxes and pieces to the console compared to, say, something like the Nintendo Switch, I'm not a fan of having all of these pieces for a console, especially a console that might kind of be meant to be, taken around. But the pad, pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, I like the pad. I like the white console. And it's definitely a more sleeker version of the Wii, and it's an improved version of the Wii. I'm definitely safe with putting it in B tier. Wouldn't even be opposed to A tier. I kind of like it. I do. And we have the original 360. Interesting. So they did put two different console variants in here. Interesting. I kind of like that they did that, to be honest with you. I will say the S version is by far the better version when it comes to looks. Again, it's a more sleek look, and I do like that. The original was the original, and again, I want to put nostalgia aside. I do like the original was kind of just this white that pops out on the console, but now if I have to be fair, it is essentially just a white box. I'm gonna put C. All right, so we've got quite a variety of consoles. Only 3 made it to S tier. We got the GameCube, the Xbox One S, and the Xbox Series X. They absolutely, in my opinion, deserve to be S tier. We've got quite a few A's. I mean, Super Nintendo, Switch, DS, 3DS, 360S version, PlayStation Vita, Game Boy Advance, PlayStation 5, PSP, and PlayStation 1. Love all those. Love the designs of those. A tier. B tier, we've got the black box, PS2. Love the slim version of it, though. Original Xbox, Nintendo 64, PlayStation 4, and the Wii U. C tier, PlayStation 3, Wii, blank, Sega, Dreamcast, and Game & Watch and 360, and then of course D and F. There's our tier for consoles ranked by design only. I hope this was enjoyable. If you did find it entertaining, give this video a like, subscribe if you want to see more of this content. Maybe I'll do a definitive version with all of the variants of all consoles. I feel like that would be fun. Thank you for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.